Welcome to Mental Health Heroes Play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm your host slash dungeon master, Jeremy Allen. Uh, First thing I want to say is congratulations, everybody. This is episode 20. We have made it to 20 episodes. So we have our fantastic and tough barbarian Drekken back. That's Logan. We've got Nexodon Wormwood who plays Greg. We've got Jonathan Grizel who plays Ward. We got Shadwick who plays the crafty and mischievous Itchy. And then we got Johnny Phillips who makes loud noises with pointy things. So we're like we do every session. We're going to start out with things that we like, we enjoy, and we encourage others to partake of, or any kind of messages of hope and all that kind of stuff. If you would like to share it, so let's start going on my screen, which is probably different than your screen. We're going to go left to right. Nexodon, Dave, Buttface, what you got, buddy?
The last episode, the finale of The Boys, was outstanding. One of the best uh, episodes that The Boys has had. Really good. I'm also in season 4 of Van Helsing, and it's getting really good. I highly recommend that. And J.R. Martin, George Martin, George R.R. Martin. There we go. His new book that just came out. It's really good too. I don't remember the name of it. You can look it up. It's about the dragons and everything that happened before Game of Thrones. Highly recommend it too.
Logan.
So I recommend two things. The
You know,
the early Doctor Who from the Ninth Doctor to the 10th Doctor in particular. But Matt Smith is also pretty good. And Supernatural. Even though the series has its ups and downs, it's really good. And I think the finale started coming out 2 days ago, if memory serves. And yeah, I've watched it for a while now, and it's got its low points, like every series that's run this long, but it's really good.
Johnny.
yeah, they've already plugged it earlier, but I watched the Train to Busan this week, and I'm going to agree with everything they said. It's a really good movie, and if you're into zombies, you really need to see it because it was a ride. I really enjoyed it. I also want to mention the Critical Role Origins. It's a comic version of the show Critical Role. They've come out with two graphic novels so far. I've got to read both of them, and they were really good. I was actually surprised at how good they were. I mean, I already liked the show and the characters, but they did a really good job setting things up and doing it. I really liked it. And the first one, as a bonus, gives you a map of the city they're in, and it gives you the 5e stats of the villains. Almost as if, hey, if you want to run this as an adventure, you can. So it's worth checking out. I really enjoyed it.
Jonathan.
Okay, all I do is work and come home, so I'm not as
First,
caught up
first
on
of all, Jonathan, I want to say, how dare you let Logan steal your Doctor Who thunder?
uh, I've not watched it in 3 years, so I had to back off of that. I agreed with him on that part, but the last 3 years have been kind of rough. Um, I want to say Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time series.
They're coming out with that as a movie now,
All
or a TV
150
series.
books.
I don't know what Chadwick said, but it sounded bad.
All right,
Book
Shadwick, what do you got, bud?
149 is gonna quit. Well, I wouldn't recommend that Robert Jordan. There's just too many darn books.
It's only like 16 or 17, and I did the Jim Butcher one, and I finished the 17th book this week.
But by the time you get to that 12th one, it feels like 140.
Okay, the 12 through 15's rough, but the first
That's true.
7 or 8 is some of the best times I've had reading the book.
I'll agree with that.
What do you
But
got,
no,
Shad?
I'm not. All I've done this week is sleep and dialysis, and I wouldn't recommend it.
Come in sleep.
Well, it's more of a pass out than a sleep.
Oh,
All right, so I'll do mine. If Shadwick is done, are you done, bud? All right. So the first thing I want to recommend is play games with people. That's the first thing I recommend. And it doesn't matter if it's Dungeons and Dragons, Palladium, Savage Worlds, um, any of that stuff. Because one thing that we forget during this time of quarantine and all that crap is that friends are important. Being social with people is important. So go out there on your computer. Don't go out there in person because that's just asking to get killed. On your computer, uh, find some friends. We do Google Meet. That's what we do. That's what we use. It's free. We can get all this stuff done. I mean, it looks this. It's not like Critical Role or any of those other shows where they have production staff and professional editors. We've got
One day.
We've got one editor who is learning as he goes, and he does the best job that he can. I think he does a great job for us, a bunch of hillbillies trying to do Dungeons and Dragons online. Um, so I recommend going out, finding some friends, doing some tabletop gaming online, and just be social and remember that you're all part of the human race, no matter what you think. So, without further ado, does anybody have anything else before we get started?
Yes, a plug this week. Jeremy and I will be doing something. What's the name of that?
Phantasmophobia.
That's it. We're having some technical difficulty with it right now, but as soon as we get it figured out, it'll be out sometime this week too.
It's because I have a Ghetto machine.
Yeah, Yeah, I don't know about any of these other guys playing anything. Y'all play anything? Y'all want to put on channel?
Yeah. Anytime that you want to put on the channel with Dave, you and Dave get together and y'all run a game through your PC, please do. We need content. So step up. Even some viewers out there, if you want to send in a message, click on the computer and say, hey, Nexodon, I'd really like to play with you. And I'm sure he'll be more than apt to do it. Yeah, Phantasmophobia, which is a ghost hunting game, which is fantastic. It's to the point where you press a button on your keyboard and you can speak out like when you're in a room. You can say the ghost's name to try to summon them. You have you have like an EMF reader. You have a book that you put on the ground, and certain ghosts write certain things in the book or draw certain pictures. It's really, really scary. And so we're trying to do some spooky things for our channel this month. So, yeah, if you guys ever want to do that stuff with us, please do, because we would love to have you. But check those streams out or those videos out whenever we do it. Anything else? Nope. All right. Well, without further ado, let's go. So when we last left our intrepid adventurers, they were battling a mutated bear man named Bergen Llewellyn. They were on the top floor of Bornos's tower, where they had found themselves in the center of what looked like some kind of spellcasting room that had blood that had been leaked into these channels that formed some kind of sigil that none of them recognized. At first, it started out that Bergen didn't really want to attack, but he only has so much willpower when it comes to a wisdom of 8. So he failed his I don't want to attack roll and started attacking the players. When last we left, we were still in initiative order. The barbarian is not there. The barbarian is out helping people. He'll be in as soon as we can work him in. But we left, and it was Itchy's turn. So, Itchy, you have this bear guy that's got Ward and Grekin within his range. I think Slade stepped back. Is that right, Slade?
Right.
And I think you're 15 feet away from him as well, Itchy, correct?
Probably. I was right at the door, or
Yeah,
the
like-
trap door.
Yeah, you're still 15 feet away. One thing I want everybody to roll a quick perception check.
I didn't.
We're in a room?
What do we got? Anybody roll above a 10?
Oh, yeah.
I got a 12.
13.
I also got 12, but I'm not in the room.
You're not in the room.
I got 12
All right.
also.
Anybody rolled above the 10 begins to notice the center sigil is in the center of this big sigil is starting to looks like the blood is leaking upwards, like it's falling. It looks like it's falling, but reverse falling up towards the roof, up towards the 25-foot roof. And that's where we begin. Itchy, what would you like to do, sir?
How's everybody looking?
How's everybody looking?
I'm up to 43 out of 66 after you healed me twice and I healed myself once or twice.
I gotta take care of that.
I'm at full health because I haven't been hit yet.
Okay.
And
I wonder why.
I'm 71 out of 78. I've only been hit one time, so I'm good.
Yeah, Jeremy's missed me like 6 times now.
And
What
they,
does that feel like,
they
Dave?
constantly bitch about my rolls being too high.
What does that feel like, Dave?
I don't know. It's the first time ever. I still have
He's
my
missed-
arms and legs. It's great.
He's missed you the last 6 times too, there, Ward. So quit bitching.
Yeah, but the first 8 he didn't.
That's
Oh, you gonna tell
All
them
right,
about our
we're
new
going to-
critical thing you're gonna be doing?
Oh yeah, we're going to try a little new critical concept that I have totally kidnapped from a guy named Mark Humes or Sherlock Holmes from High Rollers. It's where when you roll a critical, you automatically get max weapon damage on the dice rolls, and then you roll additional dice to count for the critical. It applies to both the players and the bad guys. So we should have a lot of blood flying in the air if there are any criticals rolled.
So we're all gonna die.
All right, Itchy, what you got, bud?
I am going to cast a Guiding Bolt at 3rd level.
Okay, how many third level spells you got left?
2.
Yep, that's a lot of third level spells.
I used 1, but I've got 2 more. So.
Shoot it, do it.
All right, that is a 14.
That is a miss. His guiding bolt screams past. His guiding bolt screams past the bear and smashes against the wall. Anything else you'd like to do?
I like the action surge.
Yeah.
Well, that would be great if you were a fighter. Anything else? Bonus action, movement, anything?
No, I'm right at the door. I can get away.
All right, Lord, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Fairy Fire on him so that everybody will be at advantage.
He needs a
Well,
dexterity
get hit.
saving throw, right?
Oh, now you do that.
It's just there.
There's a dexterity. No, there's a dexterity saving throw.
Oh, there's a dexterity saving throw, but it. Need better light in here. I can see. Yep, dexterity saving throw.
That's a natural 20. It's on today, boys. That's all I'm going to say. It's on today. So he does not get surrounded by fairy fire.
I thought it did something anyway. All right.
Anything else you like to do? Bonus action, movement?
Nope.
All right. It's now Bergen's turn. And he looks at all of you, and you can tell that he de-rages. And he uses his action to disengage. And he calmly walks over to the center of the room where that blood is dripping up. And you see it become a full column of blood, and up he goes. And that full column of blood is still there. He has left the room, but initiative is still in order. Combat is still in order. Ward, you hear through the earring. Are you guys out of the tower yet?
No, we're the top floor.
You need to get out of there soon. They're raising the tower now. You guys have been in there more than a day. You need to leave.
I tell everybody since they can't hear it.
Tell them we got a monster on the loose. We got to take care of it.
Well, I mean, if they destroy the tower and he's in it, it's probably taken care of.
I doubt that
I mean,
because I know the DM. So I just know how things go around here.
what kind? I'll ask how long do we have to get out?
They're leaving the council chamber now and heading there, so you probably have about 5 minutes, which is 50 rounds combat time.
Okay, I'll let everybody know we need to go meet Logan so he can join the party and continue the adventure with everybody together because reasons.
Like I said, the blood column is still there. You have the doorway down.
Hey,
and
we
you
can
have
follow the column and go somewhere else.
Itchy. Give me an Arcana check.
I failed horribly on that.
Sweet. Is any? None of you three are trained in Arcana, are you?
I
I'm
am.
not.
You are. Well, roll, Ward. Roll.
Well, you didn't say Ward. You said each.
What? Because I knew he had Arcana. I did not know that.
18.
You have a pretty good idea that this is like an elevator. If you knew what an elevator was, it just you think you just sent them straight to the next floor.
See, what I was thinking is
Oh.
since the tower is short and stubby, but we keep going up, and we're in the direction that I feel like we're technically going down, and we're close to where we were to begin with.
If that's what the way you feel, but you feel that he went up.
Okay.
Greg
tell
comes over there and grabs Ward. No, Ward, what happened is this has got interstellar space in here, right? So it's bigger on the inside than the outside.
There's
It's a pocket
star
dimension.
that fell to the earth a long time ago, and we're using the magic from that to summon Valgaroth. And here's an elevator. Too bad it's not an escalator, because even if it's broken, we can still use it as stairs.
There was a lot to the viewers. There was a lot of names and situations thrown out that you're not familiar with. That's because
I had a
Ward
dream.
is bravely
I had a
before
dream.
fall.
I had a dream.
What do y'all want to do?
All right, team, are we going up there to finish this, or are we going to let him get away? And
Greg, make a choice, sir. It's your turn.
okay, I'm going to run and jump in the mountain, of course.
All right, you go the 15 feet to the fountain, and you feel yourself. It's like being sucked into a drain, like you're going down a toilet. Of course,
But
you don't
up.
know what a toilet is, but you're going up, and you hear a sucking sound. And as you land, you feel cool night air. And as you look around, you notice that you're on top of the tower. And about 15 feet away from you, you see Bergen looking out over what appears to be 9 towers.
I walk up next to him.
You know, I didn't want to kill you.
Well, you don't have to. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the world and what I'm going to miss if you slay me.
Well, they're
Well,
fixing
not
to
yet.
destroy this place, so you're fixing to die anyway.
Well, what comes will come. I can either die bravely on the tower with you, or I can fall to my death like a coward. It doesn't matter.
Well, which do you want to do?
I would rather do neither. I would rather survive and live.
Then come
but
on.
there's some kind of control over me, some kind of tether that I can only break every now and then. And I can feel it itching in the back of my mind. And you notice he like I said, he's got that slightly protruded mouth. His face is human-esque, but it's also got some of the features of the bear, if you know what I mean. He's got some fur up on the side. He's got a little bit of a snout. He's got fangs and all that, but he's speaking as an intelligent human. And he goes, "Where are you taking me? When you say let's go, where? Let's go where?"
Let's go see if the Mage's Council can break your spell.
Well, how are we going to get down? This was a one-way trip.
It ain't that far down.
You look down; it's literally way taller than what it looked when you guys first saw it. It seems a lot of the stuff that Wernos wanted people to underestimate him includes his tower. His tower rivals that of the main members of the council.
Okay, well maybe not.
It's at least 200 feet tall.
I've got 100 foot of rope. Can you survive a 100-foot drop?
I probably could.
Well, let's go. I'll hold it. You go.
No,
Oh, okay.
it's not. Don't take this the wrong way, but you were just trying to kill me.
Well, you started trying to kill us first.
True. All right. As you were there talking to him, we're going to move on. Slade, what would you like to do? You saw Gret run and jump into the blood column, and
I would follow.
you're going to follow. Okay. As you go, and you feel that same sucking sensation, like your belly button's getting pulled through your nose. You land up at the top, and you feel the cool night air on your shoulders and stuff, and you look and you see standing near the edge of the tower, Greg and Bergen having a civilized conversation. Two furry individuals must be talking about fur. You're not entirely sure.
Then you see me get my rope out and throw it on the side and tie it up.
And you see Bergen shake his head.
Well, now, how about if we have 200 foot of rope, and I go first?
Well, you don't know what they're talking about, but do you approach them?
Yes.
All right, Slade
Okay.
walks up.
So if we tie the rope off up here, you got some rope, because if you look over, it's a little bit further than what it was before.
As you do that, the tower begins to shake and sway, and you hear popping sounds.
Hey,
need-
you guys!
I need you two to make dexterity saving throws.
Yeah. That's a 9.
As you're standing there and you're looking over like this, you see at the bottom of the tower the ground kind of undulate like a sheet, like somebody flipping a sheet. And the tower sways, and you hear some popping sounds, and the stone that you're leaning against gives way, and you begin to fall. But you still have your rope in your hand. What would you like to do?
Hey, you guys!
You hear him go, ah! And Bergen, believe it or not, reaches out and tries to grab the rope. Let's see if he does it. He just misses. He goes to grab the rope, and it slips right through his hand. He's like, no!
Thank you anyway!
I'm going to go for it. I got a 20 on my save.
Okay, you're good. You're able to hold your balance. You notice that rope is sliding over the edge real quick.
I'm going to grab for it.
All right, give me a dexterity check.
Okay. I'm going to use a luck.
That's your second luck of the day, if I remember right.
It is. All right, that's an 18.
You're able to grab the rope, and his weight, how much do you weigh? Something like 300 and something pounds?
452 pounds.
All right, so you begin to slide towards the edge of the rope. I need a strength saving throw from you. You're going towards the edge of the tower. This dude is heavy, especially now with a full set of plate.
All right, that's the last luck. I guess I'm going with him because that's a 7.
All right, you guys both slide. Bergen tries to grab your ankle as you're about to go over. He misses. And you find your foot caught just on the edge. And you don't have much time. Itchy, what would you like to do?
Well, behind this gate is more than dying, so I'm going through the gate.
You're gonna go through the portal thing?
Yep.
You step in and you feel like your feet just came out of your ears. And then you go to the top. And you see Bergen standing over a boot. Just a boot hanging onto the edge. And he looks distressed. He looks angry. What would you like to do?
Oh, Lord, I ain't seen none of this. I want to go to the well away from him, but to the side and see what's going on.
So you go over to the side to look down.
Yeah.
You see the tower is way taller than what it looked when you guys first arrived. It's at least 200 feet tall when you guys thought it was only 50. And as you look over the side, you see Slade holding onto a rope, and about 15 feet down from where Slade is, you see Greg banging against the side of the tower, making these mewling sounds like an injured cat. And then you see it's only Slade's boot holding him on, and you see Bergen. He looks flustered like he doesn't know what to do. And then you see another spark coming from the wizards down below. You have a feeling that they're going to be doing something else, and you have one action to try to help these fine gentlemen out.
I'm I've only got one option. I'm going to pull the carpet out, unroll it.
You're gonna unroll it. You're gonna roll. You're gonna unroll it and jump on it. Is that what you said?
Yeah, as I say, the command was.
Which is up, basically up. Just so you know, Shad, on
Yeah.
our screen. Okay, for a second you were frozen on our screen, but
Yeah, y'all been afraid too for some reason.
all right. So are you gonna go down and go underneath? You got about 15 feet of movement after all your movement that you made to get there. I'll give you 15 more
Yeah,
feet.
I'd like to get to them as quick as I can.
Okay, you can get underneath Slade, but not far enough underneath Greg. So
He's on the rope.
Greg is on the rope. Slade's toe is the only thing keeping him on the side of the tower. Is that what you'd like to do? Get underneath Slade?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
say what I can.
So, so Slade, as you're looking down, you see this opulent, kind of Mid-Eastern looking rug float underneath you with a goblin looking up at you like, what are you waiting on? Get on. What would you like to do?
I guess I'm going to try to get on the carpet.
All right, but before we do that, Ward, all your
Yep.
friends jumped through the blood column. The tower began to shake, and the inside began to crack. And you notice that there's big gulfs beginning to form on the inside of the tower. You think one more of these big shakes will make the gulf even wider. What would you like to do?
I say something along the lines of 5 minutes, my butt, and then jump into the elevator.
All right, so you jump into the elevator.
Yep.
You come shooting up. You feel your, well, it's uncomfortable. You get to the top, and you see Bergen looking frustrated, looking around, trying to figure out what to do. You see Itchy unroll a carpet, jump off the top, and go towards what looks like a boot hanging onto the edge. And everyone feels the shake of the tower again. I need a dexterity saving throw from everyone.
Mine's a strength, though, right?
Except for Itchy. You don't have to make a saving throw because you're off of the tower altogether.
Right.
So you're just hovering there. You don't have to make a dexterity saving throw, Greg, because you're just dangling. However, Slade does, and Ward does, and Bergen. All right. Slade, what'd you get?
23.
You're able, as the tower begins to crack. The masonry kind of gives way beside you, and you fall, but you fall directly onto the carpet with an oof, and it sags underneath you. But you also notice, right beside you, Bergen falls, whoosh, off the edge. You hear him go. You try to grab him as he goes down. All right, give me an acrobatics check.
Okay. That is a 25.
You are able to grab him. Now I need a strength check to see if you can hold on to it. This is straight strength.
That's a 19.
You grab on, and the combined weight of you two guys is somewhere in the neighborhood of 900 pounds.
Somewhere out there.
So I need a strength saving throw DC 20, Slade, to see if you hold on to the rope. I'll be right back to you. 1 second, Ward.
It's all Ward's fault.
Who jumped
I've got my strength is +4, my strength save. I rolled a 13.
The rope slides out of your hand in a blaze of pain, and you can feel it just ripping the flesh from your hand. And they go, Greg, you grab them. You're like, ha, 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 I gotcha. And then all of a sudden, ooh,
Well, it was a pleasure knowing you, buddy.
and he goes, What movie was it from? I'm trying to remember. You got me. Well, who's got you? That's Superman, right? Y'all are tumbling, holding each other's hand.
I'm gonna put my clothes in the side of the wall and see if I can slow us.
You're not gonna do anything yet because we're to Ward.
Oh yeah, Ward.
Ward, what did you roll on your dexterity saving throw?
12.
All right, you fall to the ground and you kind of roll around a little bit. If you'd like to, you can get back up.
Okay.
As you get back up, you notice the tower is now split in two, and both sides are beginning to fall.
Yep.
Like a lumber that has been split with an axe. You notice that Bergen had fallen. You see the boot had disappeared. Itchy seems to have pulled away. You can just see the corner of the carpet, and it looks like Slade is on there with them, but you don't see Greg and you don't see Bergen.
Okay, first thing I do is I go to the edge.
Okay. You see them falling.
Okay.
They're holding hands, falling. It's sweet.
Oh, okay. I'm going to try to jump on the rug and assume that we're going to start falling because of the weight. But while I do that, I'm going to
I think it holds 800 pounds. So
Yeah.
with the all three, it's fine.
Okay.
So you go to jump on the carpet.
Yeah.
I need a dexterity check, acrobatics check.
Don't worry, I got one more hand for you.
Okay. 14.
Yeah, you land on the carpet. You kind of stumble to your knees. It's not as stable as you thought it was. It's like
Right.
walking. It's like walking on a waterbed.
Right. Never mind.
I said walking on purpose.
I've done
How
that.
far away are they? How far
They were 30 before. They were 30 when it happened. They're about 50 now.
Are they still holding on to the rope?
Yeah, he's still got the rope. He's holding on to the rope. Slade is sitting there holding his hand, and blood is just pouring out of his hand.
All right. I'm gonna cast Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow, which adds a +5 to dexterity to anybody within 30 feet.
That's everybody on the carpet.
And my hope is that the +5 to the dexterity will make a difference in whatever they do because they're too far away for me to do anything for once falling.
Okay, so we find ourselves with, I think it's still Ward's turn. He jumped on the carpet and you cast a Hearth of something.
Moonlight and Shadow. Yeah.
There you go. And they gave Dex 5 + 5 to dexterity.
It's a +5 to wisdom and +5 to dexterity.
Okay, and that's within 30 feet, which these guys are 20 feet outside of its range.
Right.
So,
But the people holding the rope are close.
all right, it's Bergen's turn, and he tries to throw his clawed hands into the side of the tower,
Ow.
which he does. Now he has to do a strength check to see if he can hold himself and Greg into the tower. He needed a 20. He got an 18. So his claws are grinding down the side. It slowed the descent. Okay, it's sliding down the side. You can see blood starting to streak the side of the tower as he's going down because he's ripped his fingernails out. He's trying
Let me
the best
go,
he
bud. Let me go.
can. He looks at you and he's like, "You go, we go."
You shall not fall.
That was totally about Backdraft. If anybody didn't catch the reference,
I never watched
Greg, it's a great movie. Greg, your turn. You can do the same thing.
Yep.
All right, you need a DC saving throw of strength of 20.
All right, I got a +8, so let's see what we get. We get
A 1.
2.
You dig your claws in, and you feel your fingernails rip out as well. You don't even slow the momentum. All you do is just like paint the wall with blood as you go down.
Jackson Pollock painting.
The wall,
Sign his name at the bottom.
the wall does take 4 points of cold damage.
I'm going to I have a reaction surge, didn't I? I did last time.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You did.
I just hold on to him. Ah!
You just hold on to Berg as y'all are going out. Okay. He looks at you. He looks at you as y'all are falling, and he says, "I'm sorry."
I am too.
Slade, you are holding your wounded hand. The rope ripped the flesh from your hand, and you look down and you see your friend and probably newfound friend plummeting to their death. They're trying to claw against the wall, and you see blood and fingernails flying off of both of them. What would you like to do? They are now 80 feet away from you.
Okay, I want to reach into the bag of holding to pull out the immovable rod,
Okay.
and then I want to take my rope and tie it to the immovable rod and the other end to my feet.
Okay.
And I'm going to yell to Itchy to get as close as he can.
So you're going to hold your action to jump off the carpet?
Yes.
All right. So your held action is when Itchy gets as close as he can, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So Itchy, you can move 60 feet with the carpet. If you dash, you won't be able to do anything else except for drive the carpet, but you can get 60 feet down. And it's your turn, Itchy.
Is Ward on the carpet too?
The three of y'all are on the carpet. And if you get 60 feet, Slade doesn't even necessarily have to jump. No, you're 80 feet away, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, you would.
I'm going to go into a nosedive.
All right. He goes into a nosedive. All y'all's hair and cheeks are flapping in the breeze. And he goes down. He gets 60 feet, and he says, "No!"
All right, so I dive toward them. I set the rod and dive toward them. And I'm hoping that by me grabbing them and them grabbing me, we got an advantage on a strength check.
I will give you an edge on the strength check. And lucky for y'all, because they're sticking their nubby, now destroyed fingers into the wall, it has slowed their descent, and you are able to catch up to them with the fall. So you reach down and you grab them. You get me a strength saving throw, please, with advantage, because I'm a nice guy.
That's going to be 18.
Okay. You grab them, and your legs go taut on the rope. Twang! I'll give you another strength saving throw to see if you can hold on to them. You're unable to stop their descent. Now you're just going to try to hold on to them with a movable rod. I'm also going to need for you to make some kind of Constitution saving throw to see if your ankles don't break.
All right, that's going to be 23
To hold on to them?
to hold on to them.
You've got them.
Oh.
You stop their descent. Now I need a Constitution saving throw, and it's going to be high, bro. Because you're traveling at max velocity. You catch 800 pounds of weight, and you come to a sudden stop. Bones don't usually do well in that situation,
The Gwen Stacy moment, I'm telling you.
especially ankle bones.
21.
Holy crap. All right, so as you come to a sudden stop, there is a tearing pain in your ankles. And you feel like there's some serious damage done there, but you don't think they're broken because you can wiggle your toes. So there you are, dangling about 120 feet off the ground, holding these two furry creatures. And your strength is pretty good, but this is 900 pounds, 800 pounds you're holding. So you need help quick.
Yes, like grab the rope, guys.
You grab the rope, Grit?
Yeah.
Bergen does too with his uninjured hand. So, Itchy, that was your movement. That was everything that you could do, unless you got a bonus action.
I've got a bonus action.
What would you like to do, bud?
The only thing I could do would be to cast Cure Wounds.
Healing word.
Is it?
Healing word is a bonus action.
Well, that's what I mean.
Who are you going to cast it on? You can cast it on somebody 60 feet away. So that means
Slade.
you could cast it on Slade. You would just be able to get Slade's feet within range.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've done. Because that had to hurt.
Yeah. He took about 25 points of damage on that, Slade, just so you know. So you get back whatever he told you.
Okay.
All right, Ward. You see Slade do this epic maneuver where you're like, wow, this dude, he barely knows us, and he just risked his life to save these two furry guys. That's pretty good. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna follow his advice and see if I can get that rope and wrap it around the movable rod a little bit and hold on to it myself.
Okay, he's already done that, so you're free to do something else altogether if you'd like. He is stationary. He's got his guys are rescued, holding on to the rope. As far as them stopping them from falling, you guys are golden. You're good. So if there's something else you'd like to do,
I'll just grab the rope and kind of add my strength. And,
you're gonna start trying to maybe pull them up.
yeah.
What's your strength?
But I mean, it's really good. It's a +2.
All right, give me an athletic check to see if you can pull it up, and we'll use your total movement to see how far you can roll them up.
16.
Just enough. You needed a 15, so you're able to roll them up half movement, 30 feet total. So they are 30 feet closer than what they were.
And I'm wrapping the rope around that thing like that. So.
Sure, using the immovable rod as like a harnessing station. Anything else like to do? Bonus action, anything like that?
Nah.
All right. It's Bergen's turn. And he actually puts his hand underneath Greg and pushes him up the rope as much as he can to help you to climb, because you're having to climb one-handed. The 15, which is just enough. And so he's going to give you advantage on your climbing check if you choose to climb. Otherwise, you're just going to be dangling there. It's your go, Greg.
We're going to use athletics.
Athletics, yep.
We'll do that.
And you can do 15 feet of regular movement. If you want to try to dash, it'd be 30 feet total of climbing if you take the check. DC of 15.
Got a 20.
You're going to go ahead and dash?
Yeah.
You go up the 30 feet, you're about... There's a 100-foot of rope, right, Slade? And he pulled it up. You're about 15 feet away from the carpet, including what Ward did. So...
It's my turn, and I'm ready. But I am going to do the 13th level, and it's going to be. I know how you say all the time people could die because it's going to be really, really, really bad. But at 13th level, people could die.
Sure.
And the first thing in that book is where Lorelai died, or whatever her name was. Lorilla died. I took that from that book. So that's where we would be starting when we do that.
Okay.
And
So you're going to go next in case I get burned out or I need a break or if I go in the hospital or
I
something
really
like that.
feel like at some point in the near future, even if you don't get burned out, we need to stop a couple episodes before you do.
We'll see. I'll let y'all know. I'm not going to sit here and run shitty games. I refuse to do that.
Well,
So you
don't
can
do
stop
that.
now?
You
Or...
get yeah.
All right. So is everybody ready? All right. So we're back. I don't remember what just happened, so somebody fill me in. I'm the dungeon master. I should know this, but I totally forgot. I was drinking V8 and talking smack.
The Baron just pushed me up on the...
Great.
That's right. Greg moved up 30 feet. He's 15 feet away from the bottom of the carpet. It is now Slade's turn. Slade, you're at the bottom of the rope, dangling. Your ankles are burning. You have a jacked up hand. What would you like to do? You're swinging upside down.
I
As you
think
look
I'm
down,
gonna try to do a really, really tough pull up and try to get a hold of the rope so I can pull myself up now.
all right, give me an athletics check. At disadvantage.
Is athletics? Oh, strength. Crap.
Let's see. At disadvantage, huh? Nope, not gonna happen.
You try to pull yourself up, but you're.
I rolled a natural 20 and a 2.
It's kind of like Luke Skywalker at the end of Empire, where he's trying to climb back on top of the cross on the bottom, but he just can't do it because, you know,
Leia.
he's weak and tired, and that pocket is flapping in the breeze. All right, Itchy. You see Slade down there struggling. You see Greg is almost to you. You see Bergen is in between the two. You could probably just go beneath Slade at about 45 feet, 50 feet down beneath you. You can dash down underneath Slade if you'd like.
But when he just fell at the same rate?
What do you mean?
The movable rod's attached to the carpet, right?
No, it's hanging in space.
It's just hanging up there.
Oh. I thought he put it on the carpet.
It's up there. So he needs to collect people
that.
he can collect, and then
Get the immovable rod.
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was on the carpet itself, like.
So how far below the immovable rod is the bugbear and the other thing?
The bugbear is 15 feet below, Bergen is 30 feet below, and then Slade's at the bottom about 50 feet.
Slade's hanging from the rope also?
Yeah, Slade's tied to it. His ankles are tied to it. He's at the bottom. He's anchoring the rope with his body.
Okay, so
and just FYI, just so everybody knows, the tower is falling towards y'all.
Of course it is. Main thing is I need to get to the immovable rod, right?
Well, if you click it, Slade's going to fall to his death.
Along with
I don't
us.
think you're strong.
I wasn't going to do that.
Okay. Well, actually, all three of them would fall to their death because I don't think you're strong enough to hold all that weight.
Well, the carpet wouldn't hold it either. I want to get up under Slade there, get him.
All right. I'll let you cut him loose from the rope.
Is the rope tied to the immovable rod?
Yes, the rope is still tied to the immovable rod. And Ward had been coiling it up, so it's quite a bit on there.
I had to dance to get there, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have another action.
No, I think your next move would be to go as far as you can, closer to the ground, and just leave the furry guys hanging there.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there's anything else you can do with them. Except for giving them words of encouragement.
Well, we can always go back,
Hang
take
in
them
there.
down and go back and get them. I mean, that's about all we can do. But
Yeah, that's what I
because
was
he's the lightest, he's the best one to drive.
Well, I'm attuned to it also, so I'll start toward the ground, and as I pass them, I'm going to tell them, hang in there.
And instantly the image of a kitty cat hanging from a tree branch.
Do I got a torch?
Do you have a torch?
Yes.
Do you have a torch?
Yeah, I think I do. I'm going to light it and throw it on the carpet.
How you going to do that one-handed?
Yeah.
I'm good.
All right. So Itchy, that's your turn. You start to head down. You finish all your movement. It's probably going to take you 2 turns to get all the way to the ground. Ward, you are on the carpet. You see Itchy tell him, "Hang in there," and both of the furry guys just look at him like, "Well, what else you expect us to do?"
Tell me what happened to Slade, because I missed that part, and he's really far away from me and hanging down. And
Slade is now on the carpet with you. Because
Okay.
Itchy got down there and cut him loose, and he's now laying on the carpet with you with really jacked up ankles.
How did
And
he
the
get that far away? All right, so there is the tower currently falling. All right, so I can't really tell them to stop what they're doing because
Too
gravity and gravity's the law, right?
What's done is done, so to speak.
Okay. How far away are we from the ground?
120 feet.
All right. I gotta take one spell and then I'm ready. What I was thinking was thunderclap.
To do what?
Try to push the tower back the other way.
Move people.
Do you hear that, Johnny?
What's that?
That plane? Did you hear that plane go overhead?
No.
Oh, I saw you looking up and listening. I was like, wow, he hears the same thing I hear.
I was doing the Brady Bunch
Or I-
thing.
Or I could just be on crack.
Never mind. It's thunderstep and then it's the third level spell and I used all mine up. I mean, I can't picture what's going on. I feel like I'm
Okay.
sitting on the rug waiting on Itchy to go where he needs to, and I can't do
All right,
anything to the rug.
Let me set the scene for you again because you got distracted by a phone call. Okay. They set the immovable rod and they tied a rope to it.
Right.
Then Slade jumped off of the carpet with the rope tied to his ankles,
Right.
and he caught both Bergen and Greg,
Right.
and then came to a very abrupt stop and hurt his ankles.
Right.
You guys were hovering near where he set the rod at,
Right.
and you started pulling up on the rope and wrapping it on the immovable rod. The
Right.
tower is falling towards y'all.
Right.
Then Itchy took you and himself and the carpet. He dashed all the way down underneath Slade. So now the immovable rod is 50 feet above you. Then it's Greg, who's 15 feet away from the immovable rod. And then it's Bergen, who's 30 feet away from the immovable rod. And Slade is at the very bottom. Now, Itchy pulled the carpet underneath Slade and cut Slade loose of the rope. So he's now on the carpet with you. You guys are now 45 feet away from Greg. 20 feet? 20 feet? Does that sound right? Away from Bergen? Somewhere in the neighborhood? And the tower is falling. And you're underneath the rope while the tower is falling towards y'all. That is the scene. And the
So-
carpet has you, hold on one second, Dave. You, Slade, and Itchy all on it. What was your question, Dave?
So the carpet's right underneath us right now, right?
Yes. With a weight limit of 800 pounds.
We ain't worried about
Which
that.
just makes it go slow out of the way, right?
Say,
It can
say-
actually,
All it means is that if he lands on it, it'll start dropping to the ground at half speed.
Right. It can hold up to 1,600 pounds before it crashes.
Right.
yeah, it'll fly with 1,600 on it at half speed.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find the spell that will push the tower hopefully away from us the way it's falling. But
Maybe Thunderwave might do it.
it comes from my hand in like those 15 feet, and I'm too far away.
You are right now. You are too far away, but when it gets closer, it'd be something you might want to hold action. Hold action, Thunderwave, until the tower wall gets closer to you, if you'd like.
Okay, I'll do that.
I wouldn't do that. Wait till the tower's about to crush your head, then try it.
Well, that would keep it from crushing his head, and all y'all, if he could do it.
I mean, all I have to do though is if the thunderwave, can I make sure that I am on like attached to the rug, so that if I do thunderwave and I go against that, the pressure should push us out of the way if it doesn't push the tower, right?
I don't think it works that way. I understand what you're saying, but I don't think it works that way. I think the carpet will just stay there.
Okay, I'll do that though because I don't know what else to do.
Okay. All right. It is Bergen's turn.
Let go of the rope, bro!
He looks down at the group and he looks up at Greg. Greg tells him to let go. He looks down at Itchy, questioning. Like, should I let go? Itchy, should he let go?
Yeah. Worst thing to do is we all plummet to our deaths.
All right, so he's going to let go, but he needs to make an acrobatics check to see if he doesn't miss the carpet.
Give me a roll.
I got it.
Okay.
Everybody, wish him luck.
Good luck, Bear.
He needed a 15, he rolled a 16, so he drops, and the carpet actually goes boom underneath it, and all y'all are like, whoa! So now it's going to be half movement because you guys are like at 1,300 pounds right now. So wait, Slade, you weigh about what, 200 pounds?
220.
Ward, you weigh what?
190.
420 pounds, roughly 410 pounds. What about you, Itchy? Like 30 pounds?
Probably something like that.
All right, so you guys are about at 800 pounds, almost 900. So there's enough weight so you don't just all die if Greg falls. So Bergen is on there and he's exhausted and he looks at all of y'all and he's like, "Thank you. I don't know what to say." All right, Greg.
Well, I'm going to use my movement and go down the rope. Actually,
Your movement is 60 feet.
No, 30. Well, yeah, dash, but I wasn't gonna do that. I'd go 30 feet, then let go.
You can. I'll let you bonus action let go if you'd like,
Okay.
so you can get 60 feet, so it's easier for you to make the landing.
So that should be at
So
the carpet, right?
You're about 10 feet above the carpet,
No.
so you could just make a acrobatics check. DC of 15 acrobatics.
All right, I got a +8. So let's see. 18.
Hey, and then Greg lands and the carpet's burdened, but all of y'all are on it, and the tower is crashing, and you see it break over the immovable rod as it comes back right towards y'all. Ward, if you'd like to do your thing, now would be the time.
Okay.
Roll damage for me. Because the falling tower doesn't get a saving throw.
Holy crap! 2 8s and a 6. 16, 22.
So you cast it at first level or second level?
Second.
Okay. All right. So as he does that, you notice a bunch of the rocks and stuff give way. A bunch of the stone gives way, and it falls around y'all. He makes this shield of thunder. It looks like, and the rocks tumble all around y'all. Itchy, what would you like to do, bud?
Well, we need to move away.
All right.
Away up.
Laying up. All right. So you start to move away from the fallen tower.
Yeah.
Slade, what would you like to do while he's doing that?
I don't think there's anything that I can do that's going to be helpful at this point. I'm just.
All right. So you're just going to sit there and enjoy the ride?
Yeah, well, it's kind of like what else? We're going to have to wait for the tower to fall to come back and get the rod.
So far, so good.
Gasping pain occasionally as his ankles are like, ow.
well, he got healed, so he's okay.
Oh, they still hurt.
Yeah.
All right.
Pain.
Ward, it's back up to you. The tower is falling past y'all. Y'all are just sitting there, and Itchy is slowly moving y'all at
What's the
50.
weight on the carpet right now?
1,200, something like that. 1,300.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's moving at 15 feet per round, and you're watching as the other part of the tower crumbles and falls. The unfortunate thing is because there's so much planar magic inside this tower that it looks to be you probably have 2 rounds to get away before it explodes in some kind of horrendous mess.
Right.
So,
We'll have a serious talk about 5 minutes later. 5 minutes before it goes. Just because I don't know what else to do, I'm going to turn into a pseudo dragon, which is tiny, which has a hit point of 7, which should make the weight differential by about 185 pounds.
okay. Still, so that's 2.
This would be around 1,000 instead of.
Yeah, it's still moving at half the
How
rate.
far off the ground are we?
But
100. Well, he moved up 15 feet, so you are 135 feet from the ground.
But it's also got wings. I mean, it doesn't fly, and it's really small and it's light. So
I'm gonna jump off the carpet.
You're gonna jump off the carpet?
Uh huh. Cause that's 13
see
die
Greg?
6, and I can survive that.
You see Greg just look at everybody, go, "Well, you guys need to get to safety," and he goes, "Boo!" And
use 100 foot of rope to climb down first.
You want me to roll some die 6 for you?
30-foot drop.
No.
Go ahead and roll those 13 die 6, Logan, just so you can roll some dice this episode.
Because the most damage you can do is 90 points of damage, and I can survive that. So
You said 13?
Yes, sir.
Oh, 16. 29. You take 56 points of damage.
You take 56 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall to the ground, and you thud like a rock. Give me a Constitution saving throw to see if you maintain consciousness.
That's not even half of my hit points.
It doesn't matter. It's about the impact of the fall, sir.
Ah, come on now.
If you fell 120 feet, would you be conscious?
Hey, the ground was shiny.
Would you roll a natural one? He goes, I'm gonna save your guys' lives, and he just leaps off the carpet. And you see a bunch of wizards down below kind of scatter, like, what the hell? And
it's
this,
flame. You start shooting off the back. It's like a comet.
and this foggy, like, it looks like ice. This ice comet starts plummeting from 120 feet up and slams to the ground, and he's just laying there. It looks like he's dead. He's cracked the concrete underneath him, and blood's starting to trickle out from underneath the back of his skull.
Yo,
Yep.
under 800 pounds.
How
Yeah.
far away is he?
Move
So you guys now have full range of movement with the carpet.
Probably start going towards him, right?
Slade, what would you like to do? Would you like to throw yourself off the carpet?
Come join me.
How far away are we?
120 feet.
100 and, actually 130 feet.
No.
135 feet.
Come on, Slade. The water's fine.
The tower has fallen, and it looked like when Greg hit, he kind of hit a couple rocks and then splatted on the ground. It wasn't pretty. The wizards are now looking up, just now seeing y'all, and they're kind of, you can't see their facial expressions, but if you could guess, it would be like, what are they doing?
I guess about the best thing that I can do is try to help him break up the rock that's falling at us and fire my last 2 scattergun rounds at the rock and see if we can break it up.
Sure.
That's about the only thing I can do.
Yep, all you gotta do is somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 15 points of damage. You don't have to roll to strike, just roll your damage.
Okay.
Towers can't dodge.
Okay, so that's 13 on the first round.
Okay.
And that is 18 on the second round.
31.
As everything's falling, you see one rock heading straight for Itchy's skull. You know it's going to splatter it like a ripe melon. So you pull out the scattergun and you boom, you shoot that rock, and Itchy, you're showered in dust. And then you see another one coming straight for you, and you pull the trigger, and it shatters all around you. All right, Itchy, what would you like to do? You've got your about 60 feet away, you've got the rod, and 135 feet away, you've got the ground. What would you like to do? The tower's past y'all. You don't have to worry about the tower falling on y'all. You've defended yourself against the tower well enough.
Well, now to agree to the goblin, I'm going to go get my rod.
Okay. You fly up the 60 feet, which is the full movement of the carpet now, and you're able to grab the rod and Slade's rope. Dave, it looks like you're doing math in your head. What?
How many turns you say before it blew up and killed us all?
2.
That's what I thought. Okay. I hope you like that rod.
Yeah, it should have been going away towards you, right?
No, the other way. That's the reason I jumped off the carpet.
But Itchy went up, and he went and he got the rod and the rope. And we are back to Ward, and you see and feel this like almost gravitational pull at the center of energy that's in the middle of this tower. What would you like to do? You are now 180 feet from the ground, and that's it.
Okay. So what I was hoping was we'd go further away but closer to the ground so I could get within 120 feet of Greg.
That's not what happened.
So I could use the bomb of summer court. So I'm going to hold my action to do that. If we get within 120 feet of him, I'll kill him.
Okay. Bergen looks and says, he looks at the pulsating power and he goes, I'm no magic user, but, well, I guess I am. I have some abilities that are natural to me, but I don't understand them. But that looks extremely dangerous. We should probably leave. Greg. Greg,
Yes.
You're unconscious.
Yay! I did
Wait,
surprisingly well with the damage from that. I mean, it hit me to half, but you know, I'm okay if I stand up and run away.
You're knocked out. That was a heavy fall. Slade, you hear Bergen say that, and you look over and you see this thing, and you start to feel your coat getting pulled towards it, and your hair's getting pulled towards it. You're like, this is not good.
No.
So what would you like to do?
Let's just get out of here. I'm out of rounds.
So you're tapping Itchy on the shoulder, going, move, 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 like that.
Pretty much, yeah.
We're going the wrong way.
Itchy, you take your coveted rod and you put it in your bag of holding, and you're smiling to yourself, and then you feel Slade panically, tapping you on the shoulder, going, move, 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 move. What would you like to do?
Okay. And I take off. I
What's
go
correct?
away. Away from the tower.
So you're just going to go straight lateral as fast as you can move on the carpet.
Well, toward the ground.
You're going to go towards the ground. Okay. You get about 60 feet. You're 60 feet down. You're still, as far as close to the tower in that spot, you're within about 45 feet of that spot. So hopefully that's enough.
So y'all
Word.
have secondary characters rolled up, right? I mean,
You are now within 120 feet of Greg.
Okay.
And as you go to cast your Bomb of Summer Court, go ahead and get the spell off.
Okay. Be 19 points total. I used up 4.
You get 19 points back, Greg. I would like everyone on the carpet to make a will, or it's not will anymore, wisdom saving throw.
Remember, you got a +5 for the Hearts of the Moon and Shadow.
do I come awake whenever I get healed?
It's foggy. You're groggy. You're like, ah.
No, I'm Greg.
And you're kind of looking up and you see this glow, and the carpet's still where you left it. All right. Slade, what'd you get, bud? Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. That's going to be 23.
Chad,
I rolled a 23 also.
Ward.
26.
All right. So, as this orb begins to fluctuate, it opens up, and you hear a tearing sound. Everyone in town hears this tearing sound. You see Bergen lifted off the carpet and pulled ass over tea kettle into this tear.
He also
red-
had the +5. Darn.
I know he
He survived.
No, he didn't.
He didn't have a +5.
He wasn't in
because
range.
He wasn't on the rug.
Oh, I added the +5 to him anyway, but
Yeah.
it didn't matter. And he gets picked up and pulled ass over tea kettle towards the tear, and he disappears inside. Thump. And then there's a massive explosion. And now I need everybody that's on the carpet. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
That's also a +5.
Greg, you need to make a dexterity saving throw from your ass, so you're at disadvantage. Logan, you want to roll some more dice for me?
Sure.
Give me 10d10, please.
10d10. You got it.
What do you got, Greg?
10.
All right, you'll take full damage. I want everybody to know this is a DC 20. So dexterity saving throw. Slade, what do you got?
That would be like a 27 with the +5.
You take half damage, whatever Logan says. And it feels like force damage, you guys. This was some kind of force damage explosion. Chad, what do you got, buddy?
That is a 9.
You're gonna take
Yeah.
full damage. Ward, what do you got, buddy?
I rolled a 19.
All right, so you'll take half damage.
No, it's a 20. I take full.
Oh, it is a 20, isn't it? My bad. You take full damage, Ward.
But if you rolled a 19, that means you got 24.
No, I added the 5 to get.
That's why I thought you said you rolled 19.
That's
No,
what-
I added it all together.
All right, what do you got, Logan? 10d10.
Yeah, 1 second. No, I'll be right with you.
I need a more dependable dice roller.
Push a button. There it is.
53.
All right. Greg, you take 53. Slade, you take half of that, which I believe is going to be 21.
26.
Itchy, 26. All right. I was close. Itchy, you take the full 53. Or did you take the full thing at 53?
I'm dead.
You're down. You're not dead because it didn't do over your max hit points.
I'm still
So-
alive. Thank you.
As you look on the ground, you notice that a lot of the wizards
Oh,
have...
wait. I was a pseudo dragon. So take the 7 hit points away.
Right? And so now you have...
And
40.
then I'm not dead, but I have a level of exhaustion.
Right. But you have like one or 2 hit points, don't you?
One.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm tired.
All right. So is everybody up?
Trying to.
Well, I'm still
Yeah.
sitting there.
Greg,
I've got 2 hit points.
you notice that all the wizards apparently have the shield spell. Because when they saw it happen, they all threw up the shield.
Thanks, guys.
And, well, they couldn't do anything for you anyway. They thought you were dead.
They could have waited the 5 minutes. That was less than 1 turn before that happened.
Yeah.
More like 5 seconds.
You're talking about before they started tearing the tower up?
Yeah.
He said 5 minutes, and then Greg ran through a hole, and then we started
The
exploding.
dying.
You had a long, meaningful conversation with the...
Yeah, if we were in combat rounds, that should have been much. Because I should have been up there sooner, and everybody else should have been up there sooner.
That was 1 round.
If we were doing it by combat rounds, so that should not have been that long a conversation.
So
The DM
when-
rules that it was.
There was some hand holding. I mean, a lot of things happened. There was some
my first
bonding.
round, my first round, I went on top, and the place exploded. That was 1 round after she said that. That's not 5 minutes.
There was some bonding, and now Birkin's dead,
Well, no.
or at least gone. I don't.
I mean, that's true. It happened a lot faster than 5 minutes. She could have been mistaken.
No.
But we're going to stop right here, and we'll be back.
Yes, apparently we're going to stop right here and be back.